Higher education, which is the last aspect of education which I wanted to mention, is in shambles also. The reason is the goddess of learning, Saraswati, she is in jail for the last 70 years. Why am I saying this? Higher education is controlled by the central government. More than 100 years ago, Allahabad University, Bombay University, Madras University, Calcutta University used to be in the top 100 around the world. Today they are not anywhere in the first 500 also. Nobody knows who they are. The reason is very simple. The central government controls the fees. I believe it is 15 rupees per month for a BA even today. They control the curriculum, they control the appointment of the head of the institution, they control the teachers' salaries, and they have all sorts of controls, with the result that only the mafia gets into education. Today in a state like Maharashtra where I live, 98% of the colleges are run by politicians. Karnataka, same thing. So what is are these politicians really interested in education? No way. They are interested what they get under the table, the capitation fees, which have gone out of proportion. For example, in medical higher education, you pay 2 crores for getting into a medical institution. 2 crores you pay in a poor country like India. So who are the people getting in? The people of very rich people who pay 2 crores, somehow get through the medical college and become doctors. And what is the future of the country when you have such doctors? Merit is not taken into account. So this whole higher education on which we are also working, we are working directly with the Ministry of HRD. We have told them that for goodness sake, please decontrol all types of higher education. In a country like America, in USA, 4 people who have to be citizens of USA can start a university in the next day. They do not have to ask anybody. But in India, you try starting anything. It is impossible. You have to carry a lot of money, cash with you, which I think the new government is now trying to change. And in fact, I am on the governing board of IIT Kharagpur Alumni Foundation, and we are coming out with a national seminar on how to make India as a base for foreign students to come in. Foreign students do not want to come to India because of the quality. Australia gets 5 lakh foreign students. A small place like Singapore gets 1.5 lakh foreign students. China gets 4 lakh foreign students. Dubai gets, I believe, 100,000. India gets 33,000 foreign students. And who are they? Half of them are from West Africa. And half of them are in JNU with 2 wives, 5 children. They have been there for 15-20 years. Now, I do not know what sort of a university is JNU, where you can study in the same class for 15 years and have 3 children in the process and 2 wives. So, it has reached ridiculous proportions. And then we have a lot of African students who are not here for studies, they are doing drug peddling. So, if you remove all those guys, you have got a handful of maybe 10,000 foreign students studying here from our neighboring countries like Afghanistan, which is in war literally, Nepal, which is landlocked, some from Sri Lanka, some from Bangladesh, from the SAARC countries, some from Bhutan. They are here because they are very poor and they can't afford to go to the West or East or to USA, so they come here. So, we have also explained to the government a startling fact. We have been talking about this now for more than 12 years. 2,50,000 students leave India every year to study abroad. 1,10,000 crores per year goes out of India every year. About $16 billion a year flows out of India for these 2.5 lakh students who go out. Why do they go out? Because they do not get admission in India in the good colleges. Where do they go? At least 10-15% go to the Ivy League, but 85% go to very ordinary colleges in America, in Australia, in Canada, in China, in Russia. The reason is that we are not improving the quality of our 50,000 colleges in India with all these controls. So, the kids go out and we spend so much of money. In fact, we have proposed to the government of India that if you decontrol higher education, if you allow 500 foreign universities to set up shop in India, all these bogus colleges in India will close down, because all the good teachers will migrate to those. You remove the controls on the fees, remove the controls on the teacher salary, you remove the controls on the curriculum and remove the control on the head of the appointment of the institution, and you see how education can flourish. Education can flourish in India in such a big way that, like IT, we could earn 20, 30, 40, 50 billion dollars a year. Instead of sending money out of India, higher education, India can become a great place to come and study, because if you look at the world, if you look at cities like Cambridge, Oxford, Boston, educational cities, there is so much happening in those cities, so much of culture, so much of employment, so much of tourism, so much of trade. So, if we have explained to the government of India, please decontrol higher education. You keep on controlling your government colleges, they will keep on running down every year. Every year our ranking in the world, our universities are slipping, they will continue to slip. For goodness sake, let it not slip further. Singapore with 5 universities, all of them are in the top 100. No Indian university is in the top 100. We should be ashamed of our systems, and I think the government, the new government has recognized this, and we hope that they will decontrol higher education so that we can become world class, so that we can compete with the rest of the world. And if we want innovation, we need research. We can't do research under these conditions, it is very stifling. So, we have to completely open up the mind and let not only the bright of India come and study, but also the brightest from all over the world. We have estimated that if we do all this in the next 10 years, India could get 1 million foreign students studying in India from all over the world. And can you imagine what a positive effect it will have on our trade, on our tourism, on our joint ventures, on our political relationships, on our earning foreign exchange, and I think the positives are endless. So, this is an area which has been neglected by the previous governments, because they have been busy favoring their own friends to start a university, to start a college, earn money under the table, make a lot of black money, that is one of the areas of black money. I would like to end with something which is very dear to me, IIT. We have today 22 IITs in India. I am a product of the first IIT. I passed out in 61, IIT Kharagpur. I joined in 1956, IIT Kharagpur started in 51. The total cost of running these 22 IITs is 2,500 crores, which the country is paying, because the fees are very low. The fees are only 20%, balance 80% is paid by the government. I will come to the disadvantage of that, but let me go to the next step. The amount of money spent by the youngsters to get into IIT is 26,000 crores a year. That means the cost of coaching for getting into IIT is 10 times bigger than running the IITs. So, the coaching business today in India, because of these controls, has become so big. What I am trying to say is, there are 4,000 engineering colleges besides IIT. There are 4,000 polytechnics, 8,000. Improve them. You can only improve them if you decontrol. Everybody can't get into IIT. Even Narayan Murthy's son could not get into IIT. Why? Because the cutoff is very high. You have to, they only take 1%. I got into IIT, I was number 13 in the All India. I still do not know how I did it, but I did. I was 13 in the All India exam today, and I was 1% of the total number who applied. Same thing today. They take 15,000 people and 15 lakh kids go for the entrance exam. So, it is very severe, the cutoff is very severe. We never did any coaching, we just got in because of our merit. But today they start coaching for IIT from class 8, class 8, class 9, class 10, class 11, 12. So, you are doing coaching for 5 years. It is ridiculous, and there is so much pressure on those kids. They are like robots. I have seen those kids, they do not play any games, they look so small, they look so weak. If you just push them, I am sure they will fall. Now, what are we trying to, who are we trying to, what sort of future generations are we going to have? Are they going to run the country? They won't be able to run themselves. So, my earnest plea to the Ministry of HRD, which I think they are listening to us now finally, for goodness sake, decontrol, 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 make India an international hub for education, get the vibration of the youth permeating into our universities so that they will grow and become world class. Thanks.